Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. This could save Venezuela, but more than likely not us, from hyperinflation. Whereas this could save Venezuela, and possibly us, from hyperinflation. But also, even more realistically, this could save Venezuela, and more than likely us, from hyperinflation. But there's something else that could save Venezuela and us from hyperinflation. Let's explore! Indeed, what you're looking at here is a Federal Reserve note here. This United States dollar, well, it has been used in transactions in Venezuela and other countries that have suffered from hyperinflation in the past. People using dollars, even illegally, in order to, because it's something that they trust. It is the top dog in the breadbasket of world currencies. This is by the International Monetary Fund. So the dollar does hold some weight. We put our trust in it. The world puts its trust in it. And as much as this dollar is kind of trashed in the community, one thing is for sure, we need it, we use it, and we will continue until that faith leaves us. There's something to be said for fiat currencies out there. Nonetheless, we're seeing it transacted in Venezuela. We also have heard about silver being used and transacted and valued in Venezuela as well. In this particular form as a coin, more than likely we will probably see it more transacted in the form of jewelry or older spending coins of days gone past in Venezuela. Nonetheless, we know that it does hold value in that country. We also are aware that gold is the ultimate safe haven as a protector of wealth in all countries and all situations, whether there's hyperinflation or not. But gold can certainly provide a lot of value in a place like Venezuela where hyperinflation is out of control. But a 1 ounce gold coin, such as you see here, is really impractical in order to spend. But nonetheless, we are seeing gold spent in the form of flakes in a particular region in Venezuela. And you've heard me talk about that on this very channel recently. You've also heard on this channel and seen where I've discussed and documented the hyperinflation scenario in Venezuela. It is out of control, and we're starting to see barter currencies being utilized more and more. And gold, dollars, and even silver and other items are being utilized for transactions. But in a sense, it's not as practical to use all three of these methods. And even though they are much more sound, if you want to call the dollar sound money, in this day and age, that's probably what it would be considered, especially considering it's kind of the top dog in that breadbasket of world currencies. But what else could be used that could save Venezuela from hyperinflation? It's already being utilized here in several states, and I'm talking about the Goldback. Yes, indeed. The Goldback is the currency that is utilized these days. Though it is not backed by any government agency, the Goldback certainly is a standard because it is made of gold. Yes, this is actually gold right here. It's called an Ethereum note, and it is pretty fascinating indeed. And these were sent to me by the Goldback organization themselves in order to kind of review and kind of share the story of the Goldback and what it's about and how it could really literally save Venezuela. The Goldback may be the world's only circulating interchangeable gold money. And they're created in various series. In this case, right now, it is derived based off of estates that have adopted it or utilize it for transactions. And the Goldback, quite an interesting piece here. An Ethereum note, as you can see here. Here is the Ethereum logo there, and that what it is, it's a polymer note with gold measured out in specific weight, and as you can see here, it's privately issued. It is not US dollar legal tender. It is. There are some patents pending for this technology, and the quite intricate artwork for each of these notes is really second to none. It's really amazing, but it does have a specific weight. It is measurable. It is divisible by weight. It holds all of the attributes of money here, and it's 1/1000th of a troy ounce is the smallest unit of measure for circulation in Nevada in this particular case. But they have Utah, New Hampshire, as well are the official releases of the Goldback so far. And unlike most gold products, the Goldback is designed to be used as currency with interchangeable denominations rather than varying premiums based off of gold content, which means that the 50 denomination can be traded in for 50 of the one denomination, and that is the thing. So they are divisible. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like here with the Goldback wallet here that you're looking at, and which is an attractive wallet that can be obtained. And I will post a link to the Goldback website. Shows how these can be purchased, and not just purchased as collectibles, which by the way they have, and they are. In fact, that is kind of the case with the scarcity of the one Goldback now. But you can see they come in different sizes. So I'm going to pull all of these notes out here. But the Goldback wallet is kind of a very convenient way to be able to transact these because they do come in different sizes. And we're going to compare them in size to the dollar bill here momentarily. We have the 1 Goldback. We have the 5 Goldback. And we have the 10 Goldback, 25 Goldback, and finally the 50 Goldback, which is the largest denomination to date. So let's take a look at these and each of these together to kind of get an idea of how they fare in terms of size. You can see here that the 1 is the smallest, and they go up into a very large 50 Goldback size here. Beautifully done, attractive notes. And the Goldback, the 50 Goldback is quite large. In fact, if we compare that to the regular dollar bill, we can see that it's substantially larger. And even though it may not appear to be that much bigger, it is too big to fit in your wallet, which is why the Goldback wallet is an attractive option here. And these are quite thick notes because this 50 Goldback contains 1/20th of a troy ounce of gold. So we know that provides a lot of value. And we've seen 1/20th of an ounce gold coins, which are quite attractive, but very, very tiny in terms of their size and easy to lose. You're less likely to lose something like this, 50 Goldback, in this case for Nevada. And then you have the 25 Goldback. The 25 Goldback is actually smaller than a dollar bill, as you can see here. So, well, actually, it's right about the same size, slightly smaller, perhaps, than the $1 note. So these could be put in your wallet. So really, the only one that could not be put in your wallet is the 50 Goldback size. But for most transactions, you probably wouldn't need that 50 Goldback. But nonetheless, there's a 25, and then the 10 is a little bit smaller, but not much smaller and thinner. They do have thickness to them, which is the amount of gold that's on them. Again, these are measured extensively. They are accurately measured with technology in order to put the gold on the polymer notes there. Then you have the 5 note. Beautiful, beautiful artwork on these, by the way. There's what the obverse looks like, and there's some color to these. This is 1/200th troy ounce of gold. 24 karat gold, by the way, and you can really see on the back of these that shows how the design was printed on there. You can see the back, which is essentially the front without color, that shows how the design is embedded on the product here. Very nicely done. Very sturdy too. These notes really are quite sturdy, and you can see here that the 5 is considerably smaller than the $1 bill in terms of its width. And these notes actually, by the way, face portrait instead of landscape like the dollar bills, which is kind of unique. But they are well done, and I think it's neat how their size comparisons are still easy to store, especially going on up through the 25. They're all the same width, just different heights for these. For all the way up from 5 up to 25, they are literally the same width, just different heights. The 50 is the only one that is wider and taller all around. That is the only note in reality that you would really need the wallet for, but the wallet is an attractive addition, I think, if these are going to be utilized for any great amount of time. The Goldbacks themselves are quite attractive, but for collectors, it's a neat series to have, but they are meant to be spent. Meant to be spent, indeed. That's kind of what the whole purpose is. In fact, the creator of these, the organizer of the Goldbacks, has been kind of lamenting that it's been difficult to restock the one Goldback because a lot of people are collecting them, and it's understandable that would be the case. But the one Goldback denomination, being the cheapest of the ones, obviously for its size, understand that they are durable, and more will be produced. There's going to be a lot more coming down the pike that will be released for more states out there. And what's happening is there's businesses that have been accepting these in the United States. So imagine if businesses would accept these for transactions in Venezuela, how it could save them, because it is actually a note that could fit in your wallet just like any currency. There's really no difference other than just to look at it, but it is actual real gold. That's real gold in a polymer type note. Polymer notes are becoming much more popular. Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom are all using polymer notes now. And so this really is just one other example. It's durable, it is strong, and it is pure gold. Pure gold, 24 karat gold on this Ethereum note. Very, very cool, fascinating. Now, the one question people will have about these is, well, if you were to use these for transactions, you're going to get a negligible amount of gold content in this, is probably less than $1 or what have you, or somewhere around $1 and some odd cents. And the exchange rate for these based off of somewhat of a premium on these. By the way, the premiums you're paying for these notes, this note, if you were to buy it from a bullion dealer, would probably cost you about $5, which is a lot more than the value of the gold contained therein. But there is a transaction calculator. There is an exchange rate that Goldback manages, and the Goldback exchange rate is, as of the recording of this video, about $3.78. And so therefore, it would be honored as a $3.78 transaction. And there's a calculator on the site if you peruse to that. And again, I'll post a link to the site below where you can calculate the value of these. So that value above spot price is part of the appeal of the Goldbacks being utilized for currencies. Businesses will essentially accept that exchange rate, which is above gold value for these. So, to me, I think that's one of the attractive parts of this, because there are production costs, and there's a little bit of that's tied to this. And my guess, as more and more of these are produced and used, that potentially could go down in price. But nonetheless, imagine if these were circulating in the wallets. Already, people have currency in their own wallets. And for the vast majority, in fact, for all of the different denominations, 1 all the way up through 25, you could fit them literally inside of your wallet right now, in your existing wallet. It's really the 50 denomination that you could have in the Goldback wallet. But even as such, it may be good to have those just to store them all in it separate from your cash. And so there you have it. I think this is quite an exciting opportunity for transactions in states around the country. And upon talking to the people at the Goldback organization, they have already been discussing with other states, and we're starting to see it coming soon to states around the country, and also, who knows, even around the world, we can start to see these being utilized, because they're not, these denominations are not dollars. They, in fact, are based off of the weight of the gold. The Goldback is the denomination, so to speak, but that's just the name of what these things are, so that they can be transacted. So there you have it. I think this could be a very good thing in order to save Venezuela from hyperinflation. And who knows, maybe some of them have already made their way down there. If you're watching from Venezuela or in a Latin American country, you ought to check out the link to Goldback's, Goldback.com. And for those of you who are in a state where these are already utilized, it might be good to get some to test. Even if they're not in your state, one of these Goldbacks could be utilized, I believe, as a tip to a waiter or for a transaction at a store. And you can say, hey, would you consider taking a Goldback instead? And even if they decline it, they will certainly find it very interesting, because it is gold after all, and that's what this community is about. Gold, precious metals. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.